A major Supreme Court decision has just rocked Washington, and it's sending shockwaves all the way to the White House. In a historic ruling that experts say will be studied for generations, the justices drew a firm line against unlimited presidential power, declaring once and for all that no president, past or present, is above the law. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like to stay updated on major political stories shaping the country. So here's what happened. This case revolved around one big question. Can a former president claim absolute immunity from criminal charges for actions he took while in office? The Supreme Court's answer? A clear and historic no. This ruling completely tears down the idea that presidential authority puts someone beyond legal accountability. It challenges what some experts had long described as the rise of an imperial presidency, where power could go unchecked. The former president's legal team had argued something very different, that unless a president is impeached and convicted by Congress, he cannot be criminally charged for official actions. In other words, they claimed that holding the office of president gives a person permanent legal protection from prosecution. But today, the Supreme Court rejected that idea outright. The justices made it clear. Every American citizen, even those who once sat in the Oval Office, can face criminal charges if they break the law. There's also an ironic twist here. The man who helped shape the Supreme Court by appointing several of its current justices is now being held accountable by the very institution he influenced. The decision delivers two major blows to the former president's argument. First, it rejects the claim of total criminal immunity, firmly stating that the presidency does not create a law-free zone. Second, it allows the case to move forward, sending it back to the lower courts to decide which specific actions fall under official presidential duties and which do not. That next phase could take some time, but one thing is now crystal clear. The Supreme Court has set a lasting precedent that no office, not even the presidency, can shield someone from justice. Precedent, and from this moment on, prosecution becomes the standard path forward. The burden now shifts to the defense. They must go step by step, proving that each action in question, including any alleged conspiracies or attempts to obstruct justice, was within the lawful powers of the presidency. Legal experts are calling this ruling a turning point in American history, one that could even overshadow the 1974 case of United States versus Nixon, when the court forced a sitting president to hand over tapes and comply with the law. But this decision goes even further. It doesn't just deal with the process of justice. It tackles criminal responsibility itself, answering a constitutional question that has lingered since the founding of the nation. Chief Justice John Roberts, writing for the majority, issued a powerful warning. Granting any president full, unconditional immunity, he said, would place that person above the Constitution itself, breaking the very system of checks and balances that protects American democracy. His message couldn't be clearer. Absolute power isn't freedom. It's the end of the republic the Constitution was built to defend. The ruling also strikes a direct blow to one of the defense's main strategies: delay. For months, the defense has tried to slow down proceedings through appeals and legal technicalities. But now, with immunity off the table, there's nowhere left to hide behind process. The case will move forward, and each accusation will face direct public scrutiny. The defense will have to stand in open court and explain, one act at a time, how any of these alleged behaviors could possibly fall within official presidential duties. In her dissenting opinion, Justice Sonia Sotomayor issued her own caution. She warned that even the limited immunity recognized by the majority could still create dangerous gray areas, potential loopholes where accountability might fail. Her message was a reminder that the fight for balance between power and responsibility is never fully settled. Still, the Supreme Court's majority ruling stands as a sweeping reaffirmation of a core democratic principle. No leader, no matter how powerful, stands above the rule of law. The implications are enormous. This decision not only reasserts the independence of the judiciary, but it also challenges Congress to rethink and clarify the boundaries of executive authority. It sends a strong and unmistakable signal, not just to Americans, but to democracies around the world, that the true strength of a republic lies in its constitution, not in the personality or popularity of any single leader. As of tonight, the United States finds itself at a constitutional crossroads. The Supreme Court has spoken, not with emotion, not with politics, but with principle. Their message echoes through the history of this nation. Power, no matter how great, must always answer to the law.